Kitchen safety. There's a lot of things in the kitchen that you have to be careful for. First of all, the stove, probably the biggest item in the kitchen. You want to, first of all, understand what type of stove it is. There is a difference between electric and the open flame with gas. Open flame, if you put things too close, the flame will impinge and start the fire. Where an electric still gets hot, the burners do get hot enough to burn, but they don't have the open flame. So it's very important, again, just to understand the two and make sure that you stay safe around the stoves. Now, when you're cooking, a couple different things. First one is you want to make sure that the handles to the pots are turned in. You don't want them out like this, somebody walking by to bump it and spill the pan. So it's very important to turn the pan in. Make sure those handles are turned in so nobody can hit themselves with it. You want to make sure your pot holders are not too close to the stove, especially on a gas-powered stove. So you want to make sure that those are a safe distance away. You want to make sure things like your teapot, when you have water in the teapot, you want to make sure that you're not draining it dry because that'll burn the bottom and cause issues there. But even more important than that is to make sure that the open is pointed back so that the steam coming out isn't burning somebody from walking by the stove or walking up to the stove. So again, point that to the back. If you had a fire on the stove, most stove fires are grease, and it's very important, never pour water on a grease fire. So to put those out, you want to use a dry chemical, something like a baking soda, salt, or a cornstarch, something that you can pour on the unit to put the fire out. Or, easy enough, just put a cover on it, snuff the fire. But again, do not ever use water. You can use fire extinguisher. It's very important to have an extinguisher in the kitchen, handy, close to the stove, but make sure it's the proper type. A K extinguisher is the best for a kitchen. You want to make sure it is the right type for the application. Also, you want to make sure that the stove stays clean, floor stays clean. You don't want to slip, end up hurting yourself. Also, microwaves. You want to make sure that you're using the microwave properly. Make sure that you watch the metal items that you put in there. You don't want to put tin foil. You don't want to forget a spoon in a bowl when you put it in there. Metal will cause problems with the microwave. Also, you have to be very careful of the paint on your plates. If you have a painted plate, that paint sometimes has metallic in it, and that can also start a fire. So those are the few of the kitchen safety items. There are others. We just ask that you be safe, use your head, be careful in the kitchen. Thank you very much, and stay safe.